Salakia had an alarm come through, but they'll tell you that the woman is suppressed by the man, you know, that we're living in a society where the woman is up under the man. But actually, before I jump back to that Jeremiah, let me see if I can find that in Genesis. Bear with me, give me 1 second. This is Genesis 3:16. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So the woman, which woman means servant, all right, it says, that's why they have labor pains, not the servant part, but their conception and their sorrow. All right, they have labor pains for going off. All right, it says, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. That's why women nowadays are afraid to have children and stuff, because of the pain that they did from their foremother Eve. It says, thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So the man is set up to be over the woman. But in today's society, they put the woman over the man. All right, even I'm watching the damn, this is a spoiler for the next 10 seconds, so I will fast forward. But that movie, Avengers Endgame, they have a woman's fight scene in there, which was piss poor. It was unnecessary, and the one woman, she could have defeated all of them on her own. She could have defeated, and they even had that. Even in that movie, they had the beginning. It said she was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't defeat Thanos last time because you didn't have me." So they're making that woman's spirit make it feel like it's stronger than the man. I'm watching all these damn shows on Netflix now. All the men are getting pinned down, and then the woman comes and saves them to the rescue and shit. And it just pisses me off, man. But the husband is supposed to rule over the woman. He's the, it says the woman is the weaker vessel. Okay? Let me see if I can find that, because a lot of women don't like to believe that, man. Women don't like to believe that they're the weaker vessel when they are. But look, they're gonna know that they're the weaker vessels when the time of Jacob's trouble comes. All right? They're gonna be searching for a man. Hey, it says the man shall be as fine gold in that day, man. Let me see if I can find this. This is 1 Peter 3:7. It says, likewise ye husbands dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. All right. So matter of fact, I'm going to start up at I'm just going to start at verse 1, actually, and read down. It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. All right? So the woman is supposed to be subjection to her husband. Okay? It says, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing gold or of putting on apparel. So these women nowadays, they think that that's how they're adorned. All right, they're adorned by putting braids in their hair, wearing gold and jewelry. It speaks about that in Isaiah the 3rd chapter, and there's one verse in there I want to get as well, where it says, or putting on apparel, or their scantily clothing, their promiscuity. It says, but let it be the hidden man of heart in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of the Most High of great price. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. So this is New Testament. So this is what women ought to be following after. 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter, it gives the breakdown of of Yahweh Shai, the man, the woman, the children. Okay? And so it says in the old time, women, holy women, those are the ones who trusted in the Most High, they adorned themselves in modest apparel, and they were subject unto their own husbands, because they were supposed to rule over them. And we're going to get that back in the kingdom of heaven. All right? It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. All right, you don't have women nowadays like that, man. All right, want to call their husband Lord, their master, they're the ones that are ruling over them. All right, it says whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. So these are supposed to be the daughters of Sarah. These are supposed to be the daughters of Zion. All right, so they're supposed to do well and follow after their husbands in subjection. All right, it says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. We got to dwell with our wives according to knowledge, especially in today's society. We can't just say and do whatever we want, because these women are bugged out by this society and what Esau has put in their brains. All right, and giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. Now, if you'll read up and down the scriptures, it'll say, wives, subject yourselves to your husbands, but husband love your wife. You know, so we're not to be subject. And now in today's society, we got to do a lot of things to be subject unto women. But that's not the way it's set up to be. All right. It says, as being together. Salakia. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. The woman is the weaker vessel. So that's why we can't just say and do what we want, because they fragile, for lack of better terms. You know, they emotional. They're irrational. You say one, they'll be happy one moment, having a mood swing, pissed off the next moment. You know, these women are very emotional and irrational, man. You know, where men aren't like that. Okay, going back to Jeremiah 44 and 18, it says, but since we left off to burnt offering incense to the queen of heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, that's what they do. They're burning an incense, you know, to the queen of heaven. Tomorrow, all of these men about to be out here. Happy Mother's Day, you queen. They're gonna call them queen. You know, I see you, girl. All these women going out getting their hair done, getting their nails done, you know, trying to look all good and beautiful for a day that they think is theirs. That's because they're going to magnify themselves as gods tomorrow. Okay? And people are burning out drink offerings to them. All right? Having parties for them. Big celebrations. I bet you're going to see it all over social media. It says, and have been consumed by the sword and by famine. So that's what's going to happen when Jacob's trouble comes. They'll be consumed by the fire and by the sword and by famine. Okay? Because they hearken not unto these words when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said, listen up. You know, because they thought that they were gods. All right? But they not, man. And these scriptures are revealing that. And the Lord is going to reveal that in due time. It says, and when we burnt incense to the queen of heaven and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her? That's what they do on birthdays and Mother's Day. I bet you tomorrow they're going to have Mother's Day cakes and all of that. You know, going back to the old Semiramis and gods of fertility worship. You know, Tammuz, Ashtaroth. It says, and pour out drink offerings unto her without our men. That's what is happening in today's society. People are in that queen of heaven worship when who you call God is a man. Okay? And who you call his son, who you call Christ, is a man. And the Lord's flock are all men. Let me get that in Ezekiel. Ezekiel, the 31st chapter. This is Ezekiel 31. Slovakia. Is it 1 second, maybe it's 34. This is Ezekiel 34 and 30. It says, thus shall they know that I, the Lord, their power, am with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, saith the Lord power. So the Lord's people are the Israelites. All right, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. Those are God's people. All right. It says, and ye my flock. So his flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I'm your power, saith the Lord power. All right, saith the Lord Yahweh. So his flock are men. There shouldn't be any people out here forming camps with women. Women shouldn't be teaching in churches. You know, I hate these damn churches, man. Out here telling our women that they are to be evangelists and they are to be preaching the word. I hate them damn devils, man. Hey, Baba Kashab, please put curses upon these damn church pastors, man. That the Lord bring them to naught, man. Telling our women this and got our women going off. Hate that shit. All right, I'm gonna get Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. This is Isaiah 3. That shit pissed me off. Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors. So nowadays, you know, you got women, you got these children out here telling their parents what they want to do. Oh, I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to eat this. I want to eat that. Get an attitude and start crying. And these especially these women, you know, they'll do anything for their children, man. Well, the child is technically last. All right? But these children are oppressing their parents. This society is literally on complete reversal. The man is supposed to be telling the woman what to do to get right. The woman's supposed to be telling the children what to do right. But now it's the opposite. The children are telling what the parents to do, what the mother to do, and the mother is getting pissed off and telling the man what to do, man. We got to get out of this place, man. Lord, come save us. Baba Kusha. It says, and women rule over them. So that's the society that we live in, where women are ruling over us. It says, "O my people, that which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path." So they which lead thee, so the women right now are they're putting on as they're the leaders. They causing us to err, man, to err, to go off. And it says, destroying the way of our paths. Okay, these women are destroying the way of our paths, man. That's because they're not supposed to be the leaders. But this society tells you that they're the leaders. All right, and that's off. That's just wrong. That's Old Testament and New Testament, man. That tells you that. Okay. I want to get Jeremiah 31 and 22. This is Jeremiah 31 and 22. It says, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man." That's what we're living in today's society now, where these women are compassing a man in jobs and reputation. You know, if people go everywhere, you know, I get it. Yeah, I open the door for my woman too. But they show you like the woman is you know, just the complete ruler. If you don't bow down to the woman, if you say anything bad about women, oh, you a jackass, you a demon, you off, you something wrong. You know, but you seeing now men are out here fucking punching women, everything. That's because, hey, see, this is what y'all ask for. Women ask for equality. Now these men, when they start treating, oh, you want to be equal up until a man punch your ass in the face. All right? You want to be equal until men truly show their strength over you. You know? But that's wrong. Everything's wrong when a man does something. I mean, everything's wrong when a man don't oblige by a woman, but then it's wrong when he punch a woman. You know? And we don't condone that. We don't condone men hitting their women, but that's why these women need Israelite man who's under the right doctrine, who's following the Heavenly Father, man, in sincerity and truth. Because, you know, the men that are following the law ain't gonna be out here beating up on their women and stuff. But hey, you know, sometimes, you know, it says a way that we ought not know is a man with his maid. You know, but these women, they go off on so many things, man. Especially during that time of the month, man. Shit, you bring that shit up, man, they be pissed off. They got a week out of every month where they just act like asses, do what they want, say what they want, and you even bring up the period they want to be mad and shit like that. This place is off, man. And see, they'll look at us like we the crazy ones, looking at us like we the ones who you know, like men, like, oh, we just mad and we out here just having sex with all these women, so that makes you jealous and irrational. You know, even the good men, you know, so-called good men in this society, it says, you know, let every man be to his own wife because it's expedient in this society, you know, but not as commandment, you know, but that's because these women nowadays, it's not okay in America to have multiple wives, you know, certain brothers do, but it's frowned upon in this society. So it's good to be just with your one woman, you know. But even then, when you good to her, you doing whatever you can, you doing the best of your ability, they'll still treat you like shit, man. You know, and that's why if you get a good one, a so-called good one, you got to hold on to them, man. You know, because this society, these women out here fucking men like crazy, man. Having sex at every last turn, being disobedient, being wicked, worshiping themselves. See, that's the thing. Israelite man, we walk around on so-called Mother's Day and don't be telling women Happy Mother's Day. Hey, you ain't getting that from us, man. You know? People try to